Hi everyone, this is my first video and I just wanted to show something here on this. I just got this new 20-ton Predator hydraulic log splitter. Anyway, if anybody's familiar with them, they're really common. A really good deal. Found it on sale, obviously. So anyway, it was 2 hours. I had it fully assembled, motor and all. Directions were good. Cradle's really nice to have. It sets the logs really nice. But one problem I always had was, first day of trying to split logs, if you have a big one and you're trying to push your ram through, it tends to either roll up, or the ram does not, the splicer does not actually bottom out on the steel. It leaves about 1.5 inches to 1 5/8 inches short. So quite often, if you're splitting stringy wood, what I found is you were sitting there trying to pry it apart at the end, or you'd have to roll the log and run it through again or whatever. So what I did was I came up with a little, I guess just a little trick. I just took 2 pieces of 2x6 and made little feet out of it. And I married them together with 2 little pieces of 1x6 and 1x4. And actually they slide just right down perfect over there, and it just sits there. Now that inch and roughly, well, okay, let's say 2 1/8, 2 1/4, actually lets it bottom out. Just so you can see the little groove right there, lets it bottom out right there. So you get a clean cut right through the wood. And I'm actually flying now. I don't even use the double side ram anymore. I mean, I just back it up just enough to throw a log on there and roll it in, and bam, she's done. Anyway, so my next tackle is I'm going to try to figure out a good way that won't be in the way. For you guys who have one, what I found is when you put a log on the cradle, and as you're running the motor and you're splitting over here, and you got a section of a log over here that needs to be split yet, and it's just resting on the cradle, the rattle of the motor tends to make it walk. It walks it either backward or forward, and in my case, most of the time, it's going back towards the motor. And what I've had already happen this morning twice was I've had 2 large sections of log. I'm talking like you can see. I've had 2 large sections of log actually fall off and hit the gas tank, and I just don't think that's a smart thing to do. So I'm going to figure out some kind of a way that I can put a little stop right here or here, but either way it won't be in the way, and it'll be something small. And now obviously for those guys, you guys who are doing dual-sided splitting, whatever I did here, you can mirror it over there and you've got the same thing. I mean, this thing goes either way. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. I like splitting from this side because I'm right-handed, and of course the controls are there. So I can manage the log with my left hand and split it off well using the control arm with my right. Anyway, other than that, great machine. I have tried the 22. I even tried the 27, and I've been running this at 50% throttle for about 2 hours, I guess, this morning, and that's what I've got done so far. Looks to me like 1.25, something like that. So it's actually working out pretty good. Great investment, especially if you heat. I heat my whole wood shop up with a wood stove. So I go through some wood during the winter, even though I'm in Georgia. Anyway, other than that, it's a great machine, and you guys might want to try this. It'll stop the log from rolling up, and it also lets you bottom out the ram into something. Now, one of the cool things is, if you notice how I've got this done, there's the back side of the 2x6, right? And then I've just run 1 5/8 inch screws into the face, nowhere near the face of the ram blade. And when you actually torque the ram blade on it into center, the center of the 2x6 just It spreads out just a little, just gives it a little bit of give, so you're actually not over torquing against the motor. And that worked out really good. So anyway, I just thought I'd show you guys what I've done, and hopefully somebody will show me what they've done, and it could be better. Anyway, when I come up with something for that cradle, I'll do the same thing, and we'll see where it goes. Good luck.